Hey, what is up guys? DRC3 here, back with another My Hero Ultra Impact video, and today we're going to be doing a showcase for the brand new SR Mineta. This guy is so cool. Now, I did not pull him in my original summon video with Mount Lady. In fact, I just pulled him today on a silver ticket. I had a random silver ticket lying around, and man, that was actually so awesome. So of course, with pulling him, I have gone and leveled him up to level 75 already, and then on top of leveling him up to 75, his advanced leveling is all the way done, and his ability board is ability board 9, so this should be a pretty good showcase, and it should show you what this Mineta can really do. When it counts, Mineta is really, actually a fairly decent SR character in my opinion. Okay, I'm going to go over his kit, but before we go over his kit, I want to talk about what makes an SR character good really quickly. So if you're new to the game, SR characters will almost never be used in PvP, which is why we're not doing a PvP showcase, we are doing a PvE showcase. Typically, SR characters are going to be used in VE Tower, so the things we're looking for that make a good SR character are status ailments, technical hits, critical hits, defense lowering, or low cooldown times. All of those things potentially make a good SR character, a lot of which this Mineta has, and then he has a few extra things just to add icing to the cake, okay? So his plus ultra move is called Grape Impact. It deals 400% damage to a single opponent. That's pretty normal for an SR character. He decreases the opponent's power by 30% for 3 turns. That's one of the little icings on the cake I was talking about, not necessary. You don't really need to worry about lowering enemy power in PvE because they're typically not going to hit you too hard. It could be useful, but it's not a big deal in terms of getting a good score in VE Tower. And then he has a medium chance of binding the opponent for 1 turn with this plus ultra as well, so that's really good. A medium chance on an SR character will take that all day, every day. Okay, so that's one status element so far. His first action skill is called Grape Impact. It deals 250% damage to a single opponent, decreases the opponent's speed by 30% for 3 turns, and then has a low chance of binding the opponent for 1 turn. Low chance of binding is pretty good. I wish it was a little bit higher, but we'll take any chance of binding. That's 2 status elements. That is good. And then he decreases the speed of opponents. That's kind of meh. It's not really going to affect you that much when it comes to PvE. So that's just another one of those little icing on the cake things, but you don't really need that. His second action skill is Proximal Support. I don't like this as much because it's not an attack action skill. If it was an attack action skill, it might be a little bit better, but this takes up an action skill slot, so you're getting less damage. It decreases a single opponent's defense by 20% for 3 turns, so that is really good. Decreasing defense is really, really important, especially with the new VE Tower layouts they've been doing. Okay, but then he also decreases the opponent's critical hit rate by 20% for 3 turns, so he's decreasing crit rate and power. That's just to keep your team alive a little bit longer, but like I said, hopefully that's typically not going to be too important. Your team's not going to be struggling to survive in VE Tower, so it's just kind of icing on the cake. Look at these cooldown times though. Cooldown times of 4, which are really good. Cooldown, anything below 5 is considered a good cooldown time in my opinion, so that is good for an SR character. His first auto skill is called Really Sticky. It increases critical hit rate of all ally mine type characters by 20%. Now this one's interesting because you would think you have to run this guy on an all mine type team, so that severely limits him and how useful he can be in VE Tower. However, notice it does not say excluding the character. That means he gives himself an additional 20% crit, and you could run him with almost any team, and that is really nice, okay? Now, if you want to get the maximum potential out of him, of course, you're going to want to run him with the mine team, which might limit you with where you use him in VE Tower. But there are still pretty good mine characters like Aizawa you can run him with, or the new mine type Uraraka, which are the 2 characters I'm running him with on this team for this showcase, okay? His second auto skill is called Ephemeral Thinking. Once per battle when HP is below 50%, decrease speed of all opponents by 10% for 3 turns. Once again, decreasing speed isn't really it's not gonna matter, okay? But the next part is important because it will help keep him alive and gives character the ability to hide for 3 turns. So there it is. Mineta seems to always have the ability to hide for most of the Minetas, most of their kits, but yeah, he's looking pretty decent. So he has 2 status ailments, and he raises crit rate of his whole team if you are a mind type team, or at least raises his own crit rate by 20% if you don't have a mind type team. So nothing else really to like mention in his kit, but overall he is looking pretty good in my opinion. So we are going to be taking on the critical stage versus the 3rd floor Shigaraki and All For One, and we're going to see how well this Mineta performs and just see how many crits we get. Really, that's what I'm looking for when we do the showcase, is to see how good that 20% crit rate is. We're gonna turn off targeting mode here. We'll go for All For One first. Okay, so we're going to increase the health of all allies with Uraraka. Then I think we're going to decrease defense with Mineta. So 20% decrease in defense is insane actually for an action skill. For an SR, that's really good. And then we're gonna bind. And ooh, 63,000 damage. Oh my goodness, 63,000 damage from Aizawa with the crit, because remember, Mineta is buffing the crit rate of Aizawa. Typically Aizawa is going to hit like 30,000 with a crit, but because of the extra 20% defense down, that was a 63,000 hit. Holy moly. And let me just show you, the crit rate is being increased. Crit rate up by 50%. Jeez. So that's basically 30% from the memory and 20% from Mineta. And then right here on her, crit rate up by 50%. And of course, crit rate up by 50% on Mineta as well. So yeah, 50% crit rate is insane. Mineta is insane. All right, let's go ahead and we'll decrease their speed. I wish this was a multi-attack, like it hit both of them. It feels like it should be, considering it's grape impact, he could throw multiple. But anyways, okay, let's do this. Low chance of binding. Let's see if we can bind. Oh, we did bind. Was that 22,000 damage from him? Holy crap, 72,000 from... Wow. Wow, he is an amazing mind type support unit, honestly. Honestly, that was insane. Okay. 43,000, 39,000. Just a bunch of crits, and that is a permanent crit buff, which is insane. Okay, so we can do a... Alright, so remember we did about 60,000 with this before. I'm going to wait and hold off on using Mineta's defense down. Let's see how much it does. Hopefully we can hit a crit right here and compare them accurately. So that was like 38,000 with a crit. Yeah, so that was like almost 30,000 difference with Mineta's defense down. That defense down by 20% is actually insane. All right, we're actually going to use this plus ultra right here, decreases opponent's power by 30% for 3 turns and medium chance of binding. So one thing that's not very good about Mineta, and you just saw it, you witnessed it, is that you will probably need some sort of plus ultra memory on him to give him a little bit of plus ultra gauge, or have a character who will give him plus ultra, or have a EX skill that will give him plus ultra. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and do this plus ultra, see how it looks. Did he just pull like his whole head off? He is doing good damage though, like insane damage for an SR character. 23,000. That was impressive damage, honestly. Like, he is looking so good. 2,270 points. We got 3 status ailments. We would have probably gotten another status ailment right there with that medium chance to bind, but we killed him, unfortunately. So that's still pretty good. 3 status ailments, 11 critical hits, and 3 turns. Wait, no, 5 turns. We got 11 critical hits. I feel like maybe we should have gotten a few more critical hits with the characters we have and with the buff from Mineta, but I feel like we still got like a decent amount of critical hits. That was good overall. So overall, my opinion of Mineta, I think after doing this showcase, is that he is a amazing mind type team support. You'll just have to find the right mind characters to use him with in VE Tower. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I will be doing a showcase on the brand new strength type Mount Lady, so make sure you go down there, hit that subscribe button if you guys would like to see that. And thank you for watching. Peace.